Cole, you've been in a number of different spy and kind of espionage movies throughout your career, and I've loved a lot of them. Just recently in The Amateur, I thought that was great. And you've worked before with Tom Cruise on Jack Reacher 2, the Never Go Back movie. And now you're coming into Mission Impossible, which is like arguably one of the biggest franchises like of our time right now, largely thanks to kind of Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie. What kind of made you most excited about joining the world of Mission Impossible, whether it be working with Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie or whatever it may be?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was just the fact that it was one of the most iconic and most successful franchises in film history, that it had been around for a good, like close to 3 decades. And the title of it was The Final Reckoning. So, I kind of understood that this was, the last one. And so for me to get to be a part of that was really exciting for me. I had a terrific relationship with Christopher McQuarrie. He's a director that I really like working with. When he called to offer me the part, we just chatted for like an hour, and he was very, he just gave me a lot of his time. And he said, listen, Holt, put your faith in me, trust me, and I'm not going to let you down. You're going to have a great experience working with me. And, he had been the writer of Jack Reacher 2, so we had almost worked together in a sense. And he said, ever since that movie, I've wanted to work with you. Tom really wants you for this part. Obviously, I had worked with Tom before. And, true to his word, he made it fun every single day we were together. And I have just tremendous admiration for him personally, and for his enormous talent. I mean,
Oh,
there are very few guys out there that are equally good as writers and directors. He's one of those rare guys who can do it all. A really special person, and a really special writer director.
sure. No, totally. I couldn't agree more. And I think just kind of the conversations I've seen around Mission Impossible, a lot of people like obviously talk about the stunts and like the insane action scenes, the submarine stuff and all that. But I really loved all the sequences when it's you, Nick Offerman, and Angela Bassett, like when you're in that bunker, kind of having those conversations about the nuclear weapons and like how to navigate that whole situation. I was glued in. I was fascinated by all of it. So can you just tell me a little bit like what it was about having the two of them as screen partners and how like the three of you as a trio kind of approached those like intense conversations?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, look, Angela is absolutely fabulous, and Nick is also, a tremendously, gifted, rangy kind of an actor, who really brought a lot to his character. There was also a wonderful actress named Janet McTeer,
Mm.
who played the Secretary of State, who's an immense talent. Henry Czerny, who is a friend of mine, who's solid as a rock. So, I think we all sensed that we were very fortunate to be in each other's company, and it was very evident that Chris and Tom had thought a lot about who they wanted to cast in these roles, and everybody brought something different. We're all kind of like, very unique and very, very different from each other. But as a group, we kind of melded in a way that I thought really worked for those sequences. And then Christopher is a director, who likes to do a lot of takes and a lot of coverage and try things many different ways, which I think is fun, and a good way to work, because you discover things, through that process, and you refine things, and it just keeps getting better, the more you do it. So yeah, we had a great time with those scenes.